Right, so as you can see, last episode managed to take Leeds all the way from 16th in the table to 8th in the table behind Man United, who just got a 1-1 draw against in a game that just finished as Matej Cunha and Brendan Harrison got 2 quick fire goals for the team to earn a point in that game. But as you can see, Champions League football is surprisingly an actual target for us this season. We're only 4 points off 4th place in Aston Villa. I'm aiming for Europa League football. That's what I would want this for us to get if we can get any European football. So Champions League is a step too far, but Europa League I feel like we could actually get. This last episode will look pretty good. So we switched, we stayed formations to the 4-3-3 that we started the series off with. We brought in Melvin Bard at left back due to months and get a big injury and is out for the rest of the season most likely. But Dan James comes back for today's episode as a backup player. We're going to make a bunch of great signings for the team. We're also going to give Janonto a run in the first team in today's episode, see how we can do in the squad. You guys also suggested we could switch formation and also move Okafor to striker, maybe for season 2 or maybe in this episode. We're going to try it out at some point probably, but I do feel like I want to keep Calvert-Lewin in the team. He's been playing incredible for Leeds IRL and he's also been playing great for us in this team. So right now dropping him from the squad doesn't seem to be worthwhile doing. 13 goals and 2 assists from him. And you can see also Okafor with 9 goals and 2 assists from him. And Metra 7 goals. And also you can see Stark with 9 assists from midfield. They're our best players so far this season. And what it's getting to today's episode, make some big signings and massively improve this Leeds team to push for hopefully Europa League football. And signing from RB Leipzig is a 6'5", 20-year-old Bitshabuli centre-back. Obviously, the French young talent that they, like I said last episode, they have a conveyor belt of young talents of Leipzig, and also a lot of them are French and defenders over there. Somehow they just keep finding them over the years. But obviously, Bitshabuli is the latest in London. Another good he can be in this game. I used him at the start of Ultimate Team when that first came out. He was a great centre-back for me in my Ultimate Team squad, and should be a great defender for us in this Leeds team to maybe replace Joe Rodden in the starting 11 or even Strauch this season. And well, before we make any more signings, we're going to take on Arsenal here on deadline day. As you can see, Bitshabuli is going to make his debut in the squad, replacing Strauch in the team. We've also called back Ramazani from his loan spell at Valencia. There are rumours circulating that Valencia want to cut his loan-term deal short. As he's a player that signed in from Leeds, from Almeria in 2024. A player that did show some promise in the Championship. Obviously, when Leeds got promoted, he got loaned out to Valencia. We've also brought in Maduka Okoye as a backup goalkeeper to Perry to be a backup goalkeeper in this team. And obviously Dan James coming back from injury in 8 days will be great for us this season. And we're also going to look to replace Ilya Grove in the team. He's been linked with a move away from the squad, so we're going to let him go and bring in a new midfielder to replace him. And thinking back to bid struck from obviously Salzburg due to the Red Bull connection, I think it makes sense to bring him into the team. And Ramazani coming back from loan was something I decided to do because I was going to buy a backup left wing for Noah Okafor. Now I remember that we had him in the squad. Obviously Belgian, 24 years of age, good pace, decent stats at the right, some good play styles, can play striker as well, can play down the right as well. And a very decent player, 4-star wheat for us, you can see as well. Looks like he could be a good player for us in the squad. And I thought, why not give him a chance and see what he can do for us in this team. If not, if he doesn't impress, then we can obviously either sell him or loan him back out again at some point and bring in someone different. Let's get into the game against Arsenal though. Bitshabuli makes his debut, replacing Strauch in the team due to a massive pace upgrade. As Strauch was great for us last episode, defensively he's very, very good. But Bitshabuli coming in, does have the pace upgrade, similar defensive stats, and should be a great defender for us in the squad. Let's get into the game, give him his debut, and hope he can do well against Arsenal here. And when I'm recording this after this game after a frustrating draw against Chelsea for Man City, I see a goal late on, which was a very awful goal to concede with Donnarumma struggling. Well, he kept the first shot out, it fell back to Enzo Fernandez, who tapped it in the 94th minute. And there were signs it could have been offside, but I'm not too sure. I didn't really see anything proper of it, because obviously I think Liam Dutt wasn't in an offside position, but Enzo Fernandez wasn't. So it stood for Hisranonto, his first sign in the team. Rice. Here's Ampadu. Obviously, last episode we won every single game we played, and we won them quite convincingly 3-0, or 4-1 I think against Man United in the end, and 3-0 against Liverpool. I think it was. As Melvin Bard just bowled it. So he came into the team due to the injury to come once, so we got forced into a signing. Obviously, he's a great signing for us. Okafor and Calvert-Lewin linking up again, the Swissman. And hopefully find Janonto in the box, but he's not exactly the tallest, but I was hoping that would find a bit of space to take that down, but not the case. What a signing I could make with the money is replacing Longstaff in the squad with a younger player who can develop. Here we go on the attack, put over the top, Wilfred Janonto. Finds his way in, he shoots, but doesn't find the back of the net the way we needed it to. He found the side of the net instead. He did well, to be fair, but a shot just wide, just past the right post there, and doesn't trouble David Raya. There's Calvert-Lewin. Ball over the top to Jalonto. He's looking lively in this game, to be fair. Ball over across to Longstaff. He makes it 1-0. We've been a better team in this game, to be fair. We've been all over Arsenal. And 35 minutes in at Elland Road. Sean Longstaff, a player like this, you said in this game that I might make a signing to replace him up next with the money we've got left in the budget. Scores for us here. It used to be a big talent for Newcastle back in the day. Obviously, he was a very good player in FC or FIFA back in the day as well. He's a young talent for them. Alongside his brother Matty Longstaff. They were both great young talents in that team. Obviously, Longstaff for Leeds has been a decent player since signing for them. And scores there for us. They put us 1 goal up against Arsenal, which is good to see. Kai Havertz. It's Arsenal trying to get back in this game here. Ball out wide to Calafiori, the Italian. It's doing well here, but that's going to be a bad cross there. I mean, it's a decent cross in a decent position, but no one there to, trouble us there. If someone came to the near post, that would have been bad for us because we didn't have anyone there to stop it. Jalonto, Calafiori push forward, so now we can exploit the space left by the Italian with a fellow Italian in Jalonto who has to hit it, and Jalonto does, so when he hits the crossbar, falls back to him, and he finishes it. That strike from Jalonto that hit the crossbar was incredible. And he's coming to the team, and he's playing great. He's looking lively, very lively in this team. We know how good he can be. As he came off the post, and then he followed it and got to the end of it. When a man in trouble there is Calafiori, he pushed forward and then didn't come back defensively. He went into the centre for some reason and didn't come back to defend. Kai Saka, great interception. Calvert-Lewin into the box. Crossing going to find, and Gabriel gets it beforehand. Marino comes into Stark, who hits it, blocked though. Saka, oh no. Here come Arsenal. First bit of quality they're showing in this game. Could they get their first shot on goal as well? Marino, Jorquez there, Stark though intercepting. I just did a bit too much there, Arsenal. They're passing it around a bit too much. You need to just pull the trigger. Jorquez, and there's a shot from Saka, and it's a bad effort from him. Straight through to Perry. Ball back out wider to Eze. Ball in looking for Saka. That's going to be Melvin Barnes to head away just about. The Frenchman. Saka beats into it, but this bit Shabu stepping in. See those two forming a French connection out left centre back and left back. Stark forward. Calvert-Lewin takes it down, has time. Great composure, a great finish. And Calvert-Lewin gets his 14th goal of the season to make it 3-0 against the Arsenal here. What is going on in this series? I thought we was going to struggle against big teams, but we beat Arsenal, we beat Man United, we beat Arsenal, we're beating Arsenal, we beat Liverpool. And we could be in the Champions League football positions by the end of the season. We could be. Pressed massively. So he got a goal, could have had more. Jorquez, Zubimendi, the Spaniard. That's Longstaff's to intercept. Again, doing a bit too much to Arsenal. It's been our issue in this game. Calvert-Lewin sends through Jalonto. There he is, the Italian, but I have to go inside here. Stark. Another Okafor, but Saliba stops him there from flicking at him behind. And we're not going to take it, we're just going to play on that as well. Send it forward. Okafor can hopefully win the header, can't do so. Timber. There's end again. It's a 3-0 victory against Arsenal at home at Elland Road, a clean sheet. And also did nothing against us in this game, really. And that's glitched again. As you can see, the Leeds badge on the jacket there on the shoulder for some reason, but not the jacket, on the hoodie, whatever it is. But Arsenal in this game didn't do anything. There are 2 shots which were nothing really. They were just poor efforts from them. They were passing it around a bit too much. Calvert-Lewin with a 9.1 rating, man of the match for him. Jalonto with an 8.5 on his first start, doing great. And Bitshaw at centre back, they didn't have much to do. And we get the 3 points, a clean sheet against Arsenal as well, to climb further up the table and hopefully find ourselves in a European position now. And starting from RB Salzburg here to be our Ilya Grove replacement and back up to Mads Bidstrup, not back up to Mads Bidstrup, but bringing Mads Bidstrup into the team to be the backup to Ethan and put it in the CDM role, can also play centre mid as well. So you did have a spell like Brentford. I didn't do, I can't even speak, didn't do too well for him. He's now back at Salzburg for the past couple of seasons, 24 years of age now, 74 overall, with some decent potential still in the game. Would be a great backup player for us in the squad for only 5 million. Should be a fantastic player for us to have on the bench as an option. And becoming our final signing, we are signing Tim Irabunum, the Everton midfielder, the 22-year-old, 76 overall English midfielder, who can play CDM as well. He's going to replace Sean Longstaff in the starting 11 as a decent young talent we can bring into the team. So formerly of Aston Villa, if I'm not mistaken. He was a talent for them, then moved off to Everton, and it's been pretty decent for them. We're going to sign him here to replace Longstaff in the team. We didn't have the most amount of money to spend. That's why I brought him into the team. He's a player that can grow in the team and should be a pretty good versatile player for us at CDM or centre mid, and kind of a good job for us in the squad. Alright, so as you can see, next after making those signings, we now face Chelsea, are 4th in the table, 4 points ahead of us. So this is a big game for us, because if we beat Chelsea here, I believe away from home, we see ourselves go 1 point behind a team in the Champions League position, which is insane to think about, like we are only 7th in the table. One thing I want to talk about real quickly is, yes, our signings haven't been super high profile ones, but the signings are going to make the team grow. You know what I mean? Like bringing Irabunum into the team, he's going to develop more into the squad. Bringing in Bitshabi, a young talent, can come into the team. Melvin Bard as well, somebody can develop in the squad. And also bringing back Ramazani and bringing in Bidstrup, players that can be good backwards players for us throughout the season. Okoye as similar as well. So signings, as you can see, good. Must have gone down to -2. That's actually really bad. Or was it -1? I think it's gone down to -1. That's not looking good for us. But the players we have, well, the majority of them are players that are going to grow throughout the series and can be great players for us down the line, especially like some of the younger players who right now are looking pretty good in the team. But let's get into this one up against Chelsea and hopefully continue our great form. Irabunum makes his debut in the squad and hopefully can put up a great performance in that midfield role, replacing Longstaff in that position. I love that this glitch is still in the game over a month later. Love that. Stark. Okafor, Cavalier. It's a great play to start this game off with. Okafor charging in. Can he get a quick goal for us? Okafor shoots. Unasuman with a save though. Pedro. Blocked save by Bitshabi. Looked at defending there from him. He just kind of waited to lose the ball. As Geronto somehow steals that. And Geronto still going here. Hits at the Italian. Unasuman, an easy save. I had to just hit the shot. There's nowhere else to go there. Pedro out wide to Pedro Neto inside, but Stark intercepts and Bard can hopefully get it away. He does so. Love that. There we go. We get the ball back though. What? Okay. This game in a passing man. We get a handball there. Cavalier from range deflected, and it's going to go straight to Unasuman. That was just a mess from start to finish. Too much, well, a little bit too much there to the right instead of, well, a little bit too much there to the left, I should say. But up wide here, Pedro Neto goes inside the number 7. There's Melvin Bardo intercepting. Okafor plays it forward. Cavalier made a good run there. Cavalier 1-on-1. I think that Simon should have scored. He should have scored there. Or at least made it a harder shot to save. Oh no. Pedro Neto charging forward. Ball into the box. Ampady deals with it out, the former Chelsea man. Jimmy Gittins on the attack. Good challenge from Jayden Bogle. And there's going to be a corner for Chelsea. A chance for them to get a goal. Ball in by Palmer. Headed goalwards. Rodden blocks the attempted header there, and they still somehow have possession. Got Palmer, good defending against him. Geronto can hopefully get a break going. Why did not pass it? He had so much time to pass the ball there. Good defending there from Bogle again. And Mecha, our substitutes link it up here. We get an instant goal from our substitutes. That pass there wasn't the best, but Mecha comes to it. I should have played it across, but I think there was somehow a handball there against us in that process, and there was. Stark trying to play it over the top of Caicedo, wipes him out there after the block. Esteval. Ball inside. That's Bit Shepherd's to block it. It goes back to Perry. Long stuff through to the Belgian. And play it across, looking for a Metro, but the pass is behind him and Adorabio gets it away. Why did it pass it behind him? Why did the game pass it behind him? Oh, no, I'm not liking this. Palmer. Oh, we'll get a chance. Ramazani, Chelsea made a big error. Can he make him pay? Puts it back, Emecha shoots and it's a team effort. It's been kept in play. If we can steal it, we get a goal here. No, we can't. And that's the end of the game. It's going to be a 0-0 draw unless we steal it here. No. A 0-0 draw at Stamford Bridge against a very defensive Chelsea team. It was such a boring game, man. They had one shot against us, we had 5. And I don't know what to say, man. We should have won that game. Alright, so after that frustrating draw against Chelsea, when I took on Aston Villa, as you can see, are third in the table, 8 points ahead of us here. So as you can see, Chelsea now 4 points ahead of us in that Europa League spot after they got that draw against us, where we should have won that game, but you know, it is where it is. Let's get straight into this one. And you can see, though, Crystal Palace wins up, they're going to beat Wolves. Brighton v Brentford is fairly close. Chelsea should beat Burnley, so we need to just keep pace with these teams here to keep ourselves in the Europa League positions, etc. But in European football positions at the end of the season. As like I said, Champions League I think is a step too far. If we get it, then that's insane. If we don't, then it is where it is. But Europa League is the one that I'm desperately trying to get. Let's get into the game against Aston Villa. Hopefully bounce back after that draw against Chelsea and hopefully get back into winning ways here in this one. Mans. Daniel Marlon. Blocked by Bit Shepherd. Somebody gone back there to Rodgers and we can hopefully get this away. There we go. I'm also tempted to try out the 3-5-2 formation because Leeds have been playing that right now in real life, so I feel like they kind of emulate that with a switch it, which means Okafor and Kavanagh will play up front together. And obviously play Aronson probably in the cam role. See Bogle and Bard could probably play left mid, which means we'd have to drop Ira Bunham, or he'd actually play in centre mid alongside. Well, he wouldn't actually, I think he'd drop to the bench behind. As we work up this attack, I'm not going to start focusing on that and focus on this attack here. Calvert-Lewin. I wanted that pass soon. I didn't want this second. I didn't want it to be pushed forward. I wanted to pass after the drag back there into the space. Ball back into Noah Okafor. Who knocks it past Matty Cash. Great way there from here to find Wilfred Ginonto in the centre, and Ginonto makes it 1-0. And what that first touch from Ginonto made that shot possible. That's his third goal of the season. He's played great. Well, his second start in the team. After he impressed in that game again. Well, I think, did he start the first game of the episode? Or the second one? I think he started the first game of the episode. But he's impressed in the first team. That's all I'm going to say. And Okafor did well to push it forward. And Ginonto, that touch there, away from Pau Torres. And blasts it near post. That touch is just world class there. Opens up the shot. Martinez couldn't make the save. Beta is near post by the Italian, who puts us 1 goal to the good. Away from home at Villa Park here. Wilfred Ginonto. That should be a free kick referee. It should get held in place by Tielemans. And love that from Jalen Bogle. That's incredible there. Ball into the box. Calvert-Lewin. Recovers it. His pass wasn't the best. Ginonto. Blocked by a Villa man. It's really now trying to just... We should have capitalised there. We need to do much better. I don't get how we didn't get a goal there. Rodgers in here to Watkins. He was still there, but how's it happened? Well, I'm not really seeing why Villa are third in the table, to be honest, because yes, they've been good defensively against us, but we've also got unlucky ourselves. But here we go again. Ginonto. Great move from him. Ginonto, can he double that lead? Another near post strike and that bit of skill from Wilfred Ginonto. We need to see that again. That bit of skill to get inside. It's insane. 2 near post strikes from him, one at the left, one at the right. Season get a brace in this game to put Leeds 2-0 up at Villa Park. We're not going to get to see it due to this glitch still being in the game like a month later. Honestly, I don't get how. But that bit of skill to get inside, to create the space right there, and on his left, Blasik always beats Martinez again at the near post. This has been a poor game, goalkeeping wise. And it's 2-0 here to us, and we are bouncing back from that draw against, I was going to say loss. That draw against Chelsea, it felt like a loss, as we should have won the game, but Aston Villa just haven't turned ready to this game, especially attacking-wise. They've been decently defensively, but in the attack, and you can see again, we just keep picking the ball off them in the build-up. And Ginonto is going again. Can he get there for the hat-trick? Wilfred Ginonto to triple our lead and triple his goal. Italian has done so. It's a hat-trick for the Italian. Just under an hour into the game, Shante gets his 3rd goal and his 5th overall to put his 3 goals up here. But the Leeds fans can't believe what they're seeing. The Villa fans can't believe what they're seeing. Their team were 3rd in the table. And when he got ahead of the fullback, Lucky Digne has a pace on him every day of the week. And Shante buries it. And I think that's this game done and dusted. I think I'm going to sim the rest of it. And hopefully not regret making this decision. As we are 3-0 up here. Let's jump to the end. And it ends up being a 3-0 victory with just the goals from Shante separating us in this one here. And well, as you can see, after that 3-0 victory against Aston Villa away from home, I'll take on Manchester City at home here at Elland Road. They're 2nd in the table, we're 7th, not that far off a Europa League position right now. Brighton are just ahead of us in that position. Let's get into this one and hopefully continue off that win against, incredible win against Aston Villa in this game here. And hopefully a draw here I'll take, but a win would be incredible for us in the European football race for next season. A possession sold from us, but Stock wins it back. But who should we sell in this team if we do sell anyone? Because I'm not too sure who it should be. Because Calvert-Lewin, as that's a bad challenge for it, that could be a red card. And they're injured for Okafor. Gvardiol dives in and got injured. No, not Gvardiol, sorry. It's Mateus Nunes, who only gets a yellow. He is very lucky there. He is very, very lucky there. That's not a red card. He's got saved. It wasn't last man where it was from behind. Out of possession, no chance of getting the ball, and Pep was furious at him for doing so early in the game, but that could have been a red, and probably should have been a red. Bonham forward into Geronto. Ball into the box, looking for Calvert-Lewin. Might be able to flick that on. To know Okafor heads it, and it's Donnarumma's to easily save that. It's actually holding it L2 there for an acrobatic finish there, but he didn't do it. He went for the header instead. Bowen, Geronto, Calvert-Lewin, and there we go again. The Italian to the back slip looking for the Swissman. Donnarumma comes out and collects, or punches it away, I should say. Bonham hits it. Donnarumma pushes it away though. Still going here is the Algerian. Obviously right now he's on away at AFCON. Had a goal was by Foden and Perry. Comfortable save there for him to make. Foden beats us there. Do I go over to him or do I keep it shoving in the centre? Got to go over and try to stop the cross. I was crossed it in anyway with a pass. Reinders. Oh no, we're all over the place there. Perry makes a save though to bail me out there. Give us the most money. Shinonto, shot there, saved. Donnarumma makes a save there. So the shot wasn't really the best there from the Italian, denied by his fellow Italian. Haaland, obviously, was actually born in Leeds, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ball forward. Mateus Nunes, man on the yellow card, shoots and scores. How have we let Mateus Nunes score against us there? We should have done much better defensively. He just gets into our box so easily there. Like, he shouldn't have been able to do so. And it's 1-0 Man City here. In a game like right now, if we lose it, I will feel hard done by. Lovely play here, Okafor. Can we get back in the game straight away? Oh. Joe Rodden does great to defend it. And we just pass the ball straight to them, love that. Should have took Man City out of the blue, out of the green kit, because it kind of blends in with the pitch. Calvert-Lewin back to Trononto. Trononto cuts inside. Calvert-Lewin, can he get his level? And Calvert-Lewin does so. There we go. 14 minutes later, after going 1-0 down, we level it back up. A great bit of play there between Calvert-Lewin and Geronto. We're going to make changes here in a second, bring on Brendan Aronson, I think. And also, not too sure what else we need to do changes-wise in the squad, but we get a goal here. Maybe a Metro could come on to freshen up the front line a bit as Calvert-Lewin scores here. Nice bit strip. Aronson. Into Cray here. Finds a Metro. Mads Bidstrup on his debut hits it and almost scores a great goal there. That wider to Nunes, the goal scorer. Haaland, interesting effort there, but that almost actually troubled us. Here's the overlap, there we go. Shouldn't Bogle now. Nah, this game. and trying to drill that into, Aronson, I believe it was, in the centre, and he just passed it straight to Donnarumma. Like, there's no denying that's just gone past straight to Donnarumma. I mean, a draw against City is not the end of the world. Oh, no. I could have just thrown it away. Bad defending from me there. Foden. Ball in. Headed by Haaland, and Perry makes a save, and it's a draw against City. Yeah, second in the table. A game that we could have won. We definitely could have won this game, which is the hard part about drawing games like this, especially the game against Chelsea. We could have won it. It was an open game. Only two goals happened though, one apiece and a point apiece in this one. And for the final game of today's episode, we take on Crystal Palace. We're currently ninth in the table. We are literally level on points with Crystal Palace, and Man United, I believe, are sixth in the table, and they're on 46 points. So it's a very, very tight race right now for European football next season, which I'm hoping we can win. And this will be the final game of today's episode. The next episode, we are going to hopefully maybe get an FA Cup run. We're still in that competition and wrap up season one. If we can win the FA Cup, that would be insane for us in season one. But, you never know. It could be a possibility. Let's get into this one against Crystal Palace away from home. And I won't be surprised if this is the hardest game of today's episode. Because it tends to be the teams you don't expect to be the hardest challenge are always the ones that put up the biggest test for you in career mode. Stock. Play it. I'm aiming straight for him to run onto, man. For the worst reason. Oh no. Just about to start. Someone still on the ball here. Bard steps in there, goes with a corner. Stark. Looking for Ginonto. Canvo heads it away though. Anton Stark, the German. He's got 78 long shots. How's it gone that badly? Got a challenge in there, but they... Oh, what? Oh, excuse me? How did they have a free kick? If they scored at the end of this, thank you, Rodon, for stealing it, but... How did they get a free kick there? We cleanly won the ball, and next thing you know, they had I'm baffled. Ginonto. But why not? From range, off the crossbar, and off Dean Henderson, into the back of the net, we take it. It's not the way you want to score a goal before half-time, but it's a goal nonetheless. A strike from range off the crossbar, hits the back of Dean Henderson, and finds the back of the net after ricochet. It's awful look for Dean Henderson. It's a great strike from Irabuna, he deserves the goal, but as you can see there, it was going to bounce away from the goal. As you can see, it would have been danger over for Crystal Palace, but Dean Henderson unfortunately came down and blocks the path of the ball. It goes in the back of the net just about there to make it 1-0 to us. We take it. An own goal gives us the lead. Can we make it 2 straight away? Anton Stark. I'm going to add it on. Why not? Anton Stark from range hits it. And shit the core right in the head to Uche. Bogle intercepts. Core right. Uche now. That's good work from Irabunham to steal it, but we lose possession. We get it back low. Going to make changes pretty soon. Next time the ball goes out. Or there's a stoppage. Okafor through. This should be a game wrapped. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's a little bit worried there because Gahey was the man tracking him down. We've got a shot away beforehand. And that's his 10th goal of the season. And his last involvement in this game as well. And this game's been boring. It's been so boring. You probably have just seen the goals and maybe a chance or two. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you would have seen from this game I would have kept in the episode because not much has really happened. It's been a very boring game. But it's 2-0 here to us. We take it. Sosa goes it back to the core right. Uche. Ball in. Headed away. Well, headed back for us, but we need to deal with this. That's been this game summed up there. Oh my god. No. Bona Sosa. Uche. There we go. That's a game summed up right there. Right, okay. Every time I say that, we lose possession. I'm not going to say it again. Off the bench, lays it off here to Brendan Aronson. Can he seal the victory? How's he How's he blocked it? How did we not get a shot away there? We did get a shot away, but he somehow blocked it. I don't get how that happened. There we go. That's the second of the game. Ref, you dickhead. I was about to play that through. But a 2-0 victory against Crystal Palace away from home. We take it. Rightfully, fans are booing the performance in Crystal Palace, and I won't be surprised if our fans are booing as well. It was such a nothing game. I mean, we get the 3 points, that's all that matters at the end of the day, to win, but it was such a boring game. I just sat here for like 10, 11 minutes, just bored out of my mind. And we won the game, like I said, that's all that matters, but it just wasn't much to do. And to end the episode, as you can see, we currently sit 5th in the table in the Europa League position, 4 points off Champions League football against Liverpool, as you can see there, and also Aston Villa not too far away from us, only 6 points ahead of us. But as you can see, our next game in the league is Man United. We're currently a few points ahead of them, so we need to win this game to keep ourselves in this Europa League position, and create a bit of distance for the final few games of the season. You know, also still in the FA Cup, by the way. We are facing Brentford in the semi-finals. So I've been swimming through this because we've had some easier games coming up to this point. But Brentford are a decent challenge. We're going to play this one, as you can see. The teams left in the competition, it's mainly just Liverpool and Arsenal, maybe Newcastle. Obviously, they're high rated on us. They are a tough team. But Liverpool, Arsenal, and Newcastle are teams we can beat. We've beaten 2 of them already. Liverpool and Arsenal, we're beating them, I believe. Yeah, we have beaten both of them. I think I've played them both anyway. But Newcastle, I don't think we've played yet. But as you can see, we've got the FA Cup up for grabs. We've got Europa League football to try and wrap up at the end of the season for the next episode. And we're looking pretty good so far. The team's playing some great football. Still with a 4-3-3 holding formation. I think this is working out for us quite well right now. Shalonto has broken into the team. Has been doing quite well for us. Obviously, the bench, we've got a good bench as well. Ramazani back from his loan as well. Decent option off the bench. And also some other players that are looking pretty good. For us, I think Gummonson's back from injury, which is great to see. Hopefully he can get back to his best and start playing for us again at some point as a backup player this time round. No, as we brought him over to replace him in the team. Bishop has been a great signing for us. Irabunna's been a great signing for us as well. He's been great in the midfield. Bidstrup, from what we've seen of him, I do like him so far. He feels good on the ball and a player that can carry the ball forward and defend as well. He's going to be a good all-round, like Swiss Ominov type player for us in the midfield, so he's going to be a great player for us to have. But like I said, that's going to call it for this one. And if you've got us to drop a like and subscribe, and also thank you for watching, and goodbye.